Hello, and welcome to the first episode of Coaster of the Week, where I talk about a roller coaster and go in depth about the ride and the little history of the park. My name is Jaden, and today's ride is going to be Raptor at Cedar Point.
Raptor rules the sky at Cedar Point.
Cedar Point opened in 1870 as a simple beach house with little to no rides, and back then, the only way to get to Cedar Point was on a boat. Over the years, Cedar Point has turned into roller coaster capital of the world on Lake Erie. Raptor opened on May 7, 1994, replacing the ride previously being the mill race, and work beginning on the ride after the 1993 season. Raptor is a steel inverted roller coaster and made from the manufacturer B&M at a cost of $11.5 to $12 million. Raptor is 135 feet tall, reaches speeds of 57 miles per hour, and it has a length of 3,790 feet wide. The ride is still currently at Cedar Point after being in operation for over 30 years, but while other rides like Steel Vengeance take the spotlight, Raptor is known for its intensity, old school feel, and being part of the Cedar Point lineup. My ranking for this ride is a 3 out of 5, because in my opinion, Raptor feels a little rough and isn't really one of my favorites, with other rides at Cedar Point that could easily beat it. Thanks for watching, and see you next time on Coaster of the Week.
Raptor will rule the sky over Cedar Point for years to come.
Hello and welcome to Massillon Tonight for Thursday, March 5th, 2026. My name is Seven Trissel and with me is Alyssa Jakubik. Thank you to Jaden Wilson for tonight's opening segment, Coaster of the Week.
St. Patrick's Day is just around the corner. Each of tonight's segments have a little bit of that St. Patty's Day magic. First up, Allie Borberly takes us on another useless pursuit in this week's niche Minecraft trivia.
Alex.
Java?
Java? Oh. Killed by another creeper.
Skeleton. Killed by a skeleton? Sony.
Mojang. What?
Wait, what were,
That's literally the name that
what were the other
pops up when you load up Minecraft. Bedrock. God, I was gonna go with that one. $2013. I'm butchering this, dude. 2014? 2014.
why I know that. I don't know where I saw it.
Claire Palmer takes us to her Wayback Machine in tonight's Red Flashbacks. Ooh. Sorry. Did I ruin it? Oh.
Hey guys, PBJ time here and today. Hey guys, PBJ time here and today. Hey guys, PBJ time here and today. Hey guys, PBJ time here and today.
Hey guys, PBJ time here, and today I'm going to talk about the game that prepared me for the real world, Animal Jam. While the game's original focus upon its release was to be a fun educational game about animals, it slowly transformed over time into a bizarre community of its own. Its base features are simple. You have a cute animal with a wide variety of customization, a collection of items to decorate your animal and your den, minigames, and a social aspect for making friends. While all these features do remain big aspects of the game, one sole feature quickly took over and shaped the game: the economy. Trading was introduced to Animal Jam some months after its release in 2010, originally with a pretty simple idea. I have something you want, you have something I want, we swap items, nothing serious. But as features were added like membership with exclusive items, and as time went on and items rotated in and out of shops, the value of certain items became a big deal. Suddenly, items weren't just decorations, they were status symbols. And at that point, it wasn't just an animal game anymore, it was a full player-driven market. Popularity. Any big game, especially MMOs, end up with their handful of big faces. It feels so short-lived looking back at it, but it was such a huge part of the game. There was a group of Jambassadors who created social media content, ran in the same friend group, and every single person who logged on in those peak years knew their names and iconic avatars. You would get insane bragging rights just to receive a Jamagram from one of them, or even see a few pixels of their name tag in a crowded server. Better yet, getting a picture with them at VidCon. Nostalgia. For a lot of us, it wasn't just a game. It was a place we logged into every day and had an entire second life in. And that's the weird thing about Animal Jam. At the time, it was never that serious. I was just a kid trying to get cooler items and not get scammed again. But somehow, out of all the games I played growing up, this is the one that stuck. And absolutely, I still log on sometimes, not because I care about having the rarest inventory anymore, but because it still feels weirdly familiar, like walking through somewhere that you used to go every single day. It has the same music, the same maps, the same little animals running around. I thought it was just my favorite game as a kid, but it turns out it's just been my favorite game for a really long time.
The creative genius says our own Seven Tristle shows a cool way to make your clothes look uniquely you in tonight's The Patchwork Process.
Have you ever been interested in customizing your clothing? There's lots of ways to do that, and a big one is patchwork. Patches are a cornerstone of DIY punk culture, evolving from a practical way to mend clothing into an individual form of expression. So let me show you my process with how I make my patches. Getting some fabric to paint your design on, you can use anything, like leftover shirts. Cutting a good sized piece from the fabric, I'm laying it flat down on some cardboard or any kind of hard surface. Now, if you have a hard time keeping the fabric still, taping it down to your surface is an option. Now, it's time to get a base of my design onto my fabric for me to paint over. You may notice a lot of people use stencils to paint on their designs, as that is a faster and easier way to transfer an exact design you want. Unfortunately, I don't have a printer for that, but I prefer freehanding it anyways. Sketching my design on, you can use a pencil on lighter fabrics or chalk on darker fabrics. It's time to paint on my design. Although fabric paint is more durable, I'm using acrylic paint because it's easier. The patch I'm painting is actually taken from the Iron Lung movie, since I'm a big fan of that movie and I thought I could make a cool patch out of it. When I'm done painting, I usually just wait for it to dry, but for time's sake, you can also use a blow dryer. Returning a day later when my patch is all dry, I'm cutting the proper shape that I want for my design. Finishing the whole patch off, I iron it. Ironing the patch seals the paint into the fabric. With my patch ready, I found something customizable to sew it on. Some people use fabric glue, but I really enjoy hand stitching all of my patches. There are all kinds of different sewing patterns and styles you can do with your stitching, along with different colored strings. And this is the final look. Finding different ways to make my clothes feel more personalized is a nice side hobby for me. I'm always super happy with how my patches come out, and I really encourage anyone else that's interested in customizing their look to try it. Up next, Zane Beetle creates a new creepy video game experience. Here's One Night at Obie's.
No question is too stupid when it comes to our two fearless segment producers. Andrew LaBeouf and Ariana Ortiz brings us the latest edition of Massillon Mic Check.
It's getting warmer outside. St. Patrick's Day is coming up. We're hitting the halls with a new game called Lucky or Not, aka True or False. Let's go check it out.
They run into us. All right, dig in. True or false? A four-leaf clover is the same thing as a shamrock. False. Correct.
Let's go.
True or false? Wearing green on St. Patrick's Day makes you invisible to leprechauns.
Well, I'm kind of seeing people anytime they wear green, so I'd say that's false.
Okay, that's debatable. True or false? The largest St. Patrick's Day parade happens in Ireland.
True. Where is it celebrated at then?
I think it's like Chicago. True or false? St. Patrick was Irish.
True.
False. True or false? St. Patrick's Day is celebrated on his birthday.
True?
False. It's his death date.
Oh.
Yeah. True or false? The shamrock has 4 leaves.
True.
False. True or false? Ireland has more sheep than people.
I feel like that's true.
It's true. True or false? The shamrock has 4 leaves.
Yes, true.
It's false. Yeah. It's rare, but statistically you can find one in a field.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
You can find one though, but you gotta find like a field of them.
Well, thank you for the information. True or false? St. Patrick's real name is Patrick.
True?
It's false.
What's his real name?
Like Madurin? I don't know, something like that. True or false? St. Patrick was Irish.
Oh, he was not.
Correct. Do you know what he was?
German.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
No, British. Yeah. True or false? The largest St. Patrick's Day parade was celebrated in Ireland.
Yes.
False. Come on. Man. You don't want to be on the TikTok or something?
He was already in one.
Come on. You just gotta answer a question. True or false? St. Patrick's Day is always celebrated on March 17th.
That's true.
There you go. See, that wasn't hard. And you was trying to run from the camera. Thank you.
He keeps promising us that he's getting better at cooking and baking. I'm starting to think that the only good idea that he could have is staying out of the kitchen altogether. Here's Luke Kennan in tonight's Badly Baking.
Hi, welcome back to Badly Baking. In this episode, I'm making peanut butter cookies. I'm keeping it light and simple, so there's literally no way for me to mess these up. And I'm going to make sure to read the instructions over again so I don't add too much salt. We'll start with mixing the wet ingredients first. Alright, the first ingredients that I have to add is butter. Whoa. Then I add 3/4 of a cup of peanut butter. And then we add a 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. And then a 1/2 cup of light brown sugar, I think. And we will mix this for about 2 minutes. And then once it's all mixed, I will add the egg and vanilla, whatever that vanilla stuff is. Alright, now that that's done, we'll add the egg and the vanilla stuff. Oh man. I don't think there's any shells in there. And then now we'll add the vanilla stuff. I don't really know how much goes in here, so we're just gonna add it. Oh, that might have been too much. Oh shoot. That might have been too much. Oh no. We'll mix and we'll see how it turns out. Alright, now that this is done, I think, and mixed, we will put this to the side and mix the dry ingredients. Okay, the dry ingredients call for a cup of flour and then 1/4 of a cup of flour and baking soda, and then it calls for salt, but I already used salted butter and I wasn't supposed to use salted butter, so I'm not risking my chances using more salt. And then I'll whisk this and then slowly add it to the wet ingredients. Alright, now that that is done, we will slowly add this to the wet ingredients. Alright, now that the dry ingredients and the wet ingredients are both mixed, I will put the mixer on a slow speed and slowly add the dry ingredients. That's at least what ChatGPT told me, so that's what I'm doing. Alright, I think it's done, and honestly I think I overmixed it a little bit, but now that it's done, I'll put these on a baking sheet and I'll roll them into balls. Alright, now that we're all done mixing the ingredients, I'm going to roll these into balls, and this is what the dough looks like. Alright, this is what the cookies look like before, and this is what they look like afterwards. These look, I think, better than episode 1. Alright, before I try this cookie, I ran into a bit of a problem. When I tasted the dough, it was pretty salty, like bad. And I think it's because I added salted butter, but that's the only salt I added. Was just the butter. So I called my mom, and she said that she's made the same mistake before and they should come out fine. Like they shouldn't be salty, so I guess we'll taste and see if my mom was right. Oh. Okay. The taste is fine at first, but the aftertaste is salty. So I guess that's it for badly baking. Maybe someday it'll be called better baking when I can fix my salt problem. Gross.
I want to go, now we're going. Can you please do that? I'm not even joking.
St. Patrick's Day is supposed to be fun. At least I thought so. When Doy and Doy cross the wrong leprechaun, they're forced to go on Onin. That's the word. I heard you!
Sorry. Sorry, what did you say?
St. Patrick's Day is supposed to be fun. At least I thought so. When Doy and Doy cross the wrong leprechaun, they're forced to go on an adventure they didn't plan for. Alex Blanda, Leah Arthur, Eddie Ogle, Jaron Stanford, and Michael Mazzell bring us tonight's Doy and Doy clowning around. We owe a leprechaun a sandwich. Now we're cursed.
I mean, wait, I just realized. You're not even wearing green. It's my favorite holiday, dude.
What holiday? What are you talking about?
I mean, St. Patrick's Day, obviously, bruh.
Huh. Okay. I've never heard of that.
Man, you might be wondering how St. Patrick's Day even started.
No, not really, actually.
Well, a long, long time ago...
There lived a man named St. Patrick. He was a ruling starfish. So ruling that they even made a day after him. And he also turned out to be green. And that's why you have to wear green. Sorry about that, but...
You'll get pinched otherwise.
Okay, whatever you say, bud. But you're not even wearing green.
Dude, yes I am. Look!
God, dude, you need to get that checked out.
Well, since you're not wearing green, I'm gonna pinch you.
What's that? Hey! Hello?
I'm the flippin' leprechaun that lives under the flippin' bridge. I was looking for gold. But now, all I hear is the rumbles and my tumbles. I only appear on St. Patrick's Day, so now it's up to you to get me my feast.
Who even are you, bro?
I just told you! The leprechaun from under the bridge!
I mean, okay. We weren't really doing anything anyway, right?
Yeah, I guess. I Loki have a list of like everything I hikey Loki need.
Where are we even supposed to get this stuff?
Wherever your heart desires, my liege.
Oh, okay. You're kind of cute. See you later, alligator.
After a while, Dorkadile.
I've been really trying, trying to hold.
Okay, enough! Wrap it up! Well, it'll be easier if we split up.
I'll be here when you come back!
I mean, I'll take half, so you can take the other half. Hey, where's the ham sandwich at?
What?
Sam Sandwich? Cookie secured.
Hey, do you have a fork in there?
Uh-huh.
What are you doing here?
I'm just here for what I need, man.
I guess we could go together. Oh no, I have really bad news.
What?
I only have 1 penny. What are we gonna do?
I have an idea. You ready, Doy?
Yeah.
Rising up, back on the street. Did my time, took my chances. Went the distance, now I'm back on my feet. Just a man and his will to survive. So many times, it happens too fast. You trade your passion for glory.
Mmm.
Call the chiropractor, because we're back. I have the food back in my car.
Oh, great! You're free to go. The curse has been lifted. But the real lesson you have learned along the way is the power of friendship and working together towards a common goal.
Oh, right.
Hey, now that I think about it, I'm kind of hungry.
Alyssa Jakubic gives us the full rundown of another creep fest in tonight's Control-Alt-Explain.
Hey Siri, should I make another Control-Alt-Explain video? Welcome back to Control-Alt-Explain. I'm Alyssa, and this episode is about a horror game that genuinely freaks me out. Until Dawn, released in 2015 by Supermassive Games, is a narrative and choice-based horror game where every choice you make matters, even if you think it doesn't. You start out at a house party taking place at Joshua, Hannah, and Beth Washington's family cabin. Their friends play a prank on Hannah and embarrass her, causing her to run off. Beth follows, but then finds out that they were being chased, which leads to their ultimate demise after falling into some abandoned mines. 1 year later, Josh invites everyone back. You get your first don't move mechanic here. The game tracks your controller, and if you move it too much, you fail the encounter. A little bit later, the party splits. Mike and Jessica head to a cabin. They hear noises and believe it's their friends pranking them, but that leads to...
Break me off a piece of that, Kit Kat bar.
Everything starts to go wrong. A masked psycho knocks Ashley and Chris out, Emily and Matt are out in the woods, Mike is trying to save Jessica, and Josh is nowhere to be seen. Jumping back to Chris, you wake up and begin searching for Ashley. You find her in a shed, captured with Josh, and you must choose who to save. Whoever you choose, Josh suffers the consequences. Matt and Emily almost take a tragic fall off of a watchtower after something snaps one of the cords. The two get separated, and we are unsure of what happens to Emily. Chris and Ashley get chased by the psycho again and wake up tied to a chair where Chris has to choose who to save, himself or Ashley. They're found by Mike and Sam, and they find out that the psycho was actually Josh. Josh orchestrated this whole thing to make them feel what his sisters felt last year. Mike reveals that Jessica is dead, at least to his knowledge, and Josh realizes that this isn't a prank anymore. Meanwhile, Emily is running for her life. After escaping, she finds the others and they find a man and let him in. The man tells them that the mountain belongs to the Wendigos. Wendigos often vary depending on their stories, but many stories do involve using fire. In this game, they can only see movement. You know who else has dealt with Wendigos? Mike goes back to the sanatorium, and the others go to the mines. Mike eventually escapes and finds Sam, who is looking for Josh, who is currently having an episode. The two find a diary, and it was Hannah's. They piece together that Beth died from the fall, but Hannah lived. Due to the food shortage in the mines, Beth wasn't exactly buried. This, in turn, turned Hannah into a Wendigo, and depending on how much evidence you find throughout the game, it changes Josh's ending when Hannah's Wendigo finds him. Matt saves Jessica, and they escape. You are now at the game's end in the cabin. Wendigos can only be killed by fire, so Mike breaks a light bulb and exposes the electrical filament to the gas leaking into the room. You play as Sam as she tries to keep the Wendigo's attention off of Mike. You can either run or hide 3 times. And if you hide, you must complete 3 don't move sections. In the end, you run out and turn on a light switch to cause an explosion, saving whoever you could. In the remastered version, this part is even more intense. This game has a lot of secrets you can only find by exploring. There are totems, 36 total, and they each have one of 5 colors. These totems can show you choices you'll get to make that can change the game's outcome. As an example, one of the totems shows Chris not choosing either of them when Ashley and him are stuck. If you don't follow it and try to save yourself instead of Ashley, despite the choice not changing anything at the moment, Ashley will not let Chris into the cabin in the final chapter, resulting in the Wendigo catching him. By exploring, you can also piece together the story of the Wendigos. Years ago, a mine collapsed and 30 miners got trapped. Again, food shortage. Only 12 of them walked out. They were turned into Wendigos. This game is also largely based off of the butterfly effect.
Boom. Butterfly effect.
Every choice has an impact, and you only have a short amount of time to make those decisions. The game puts you in the character's shoes, and you're forced to make decisions and do actions that you would actually have to do to survive. It makes you question every decision you make, especially when you see the butterflies appear on the screen, meaning that your choice will have impacts later on. Until Dawn is available on PlayStation and Microsoft Windows. But anyway, thank you for watching. I'm Melissa, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you for watching Massillon Tonight. New episodes of Massillon Tonight are scheduled to air every other Thursday throughout the school year or as the school calendar permits. You can rewatch this episode and all episodes of Massillon Tonight on WHS-TV YouTube channel and on MCTV cable channels 11 and 611.
I'm Alyssa, along with 7. See you next time, and thank you for watching.